Don't you dare give up. Not now. Not after everything you've endured to get here. Listen carefully. This moment, this exact moment, decides who you become. You're standing at the edge. I know. You're wondering if you have anything left. If it's even worth continuing. If maybe, just maybe, letting go would finally bring relief. I see you. Exhausted. Mentally drained. Physically hollowed out. Your body is screaming for rest. Your mind is begging for an escape. Every muscle, every thought, every part of you is asking the same question, why keep going? But here's what you need to understand. Tired does not mean finished. Tired does not mean incapable. Tired means you're in it. You're doing the work. You're paying the price that most people refuse to pay. And right now, quitting sounds logical, doesn't it? It feels justified, reasonable, even wise. You've done enough. You've tried hard enough. You've suffered long enough. That voice in your head has built a perfect case for surrender. It sounds so rational, so compassionate, so safe. But it's lying to you. Because quitting doesn't just end the pain. It erases every sacrifice you made to get here. It invalidates every early morning, every late night, every moment you chose discipline over comfort, every time you said no when everyone else said yes. Every time you stood alone when it would have been easier to follow the crowd. You think quitting will bring peace? It won't. It will bring regret. And regret is heavier than any burden you're carrying right now. Regret doesn't fade with time. It compounds. It grows. It whispers in the quiet moments. It shows up in mirrors, in conversations, in the eyes of people who ask what you could have been. You'll carry it for years, decades, maybe forever. And every time you see someone else succeed where you stopped, you'll feel it again. That hollow ache, that quiet knowledge that you had the chance, and you walked away. Listen to me. Pain is not punishment. Pain is training. Every struggle you're enduring right now is not breaking you. It's building you, forging you, shaping you into someone capable of withstanding what others cannot. You are not suffering randomly. You are being refined, tested, prepared for a version of yourself that doesn't exist yet, but will. Every setback is teaching you resilience. Every failure is teaching you adaptability. Every moment of doubt is teaching you how to trust yourself when nothing else makes sense. This is not wasted time. This is not meaningless pain. This is transformation. And transformation is never comfortable. It's never clean. It's never easy. But it's always worth it. The caterpillar doesn't become a butterfly by resting. It becomes a butterfly by enduring the absolute destruction of everything it was, by surrendering its old form, by suffering in darkness until wings form from nothing. You are in that darkness right now, and it feels like death. It feels like the end, but it's not the end. It's the beginning of something you can't even comprehend yet. Now pause. Stop for a second. Look back. Look at how far you've already come. Remember where you started, who you were, what you thought was impossible. You survived days you thought would destroy you. You endured losses that should have broken you. You stood back up when everyone expected you to stay down. You are not the same person who began this journey. You are stronger, wiser, more capable. And quitting now would betray every version of yourself that refused to quit before. It would dishonor the person who kept going when it hurt, who kept moving when it made no sense, who kept believing when there was no evidence. You owe that person more than surrender. You owe them completion. Think about the younger version of you, the one who first decided to start this path. The one who looked at the mountain and said, I'm going to climb it. That person is watching you right now, waiting, hoping. Don't let them down. Here's the truth most people never learn. You don't move because you feel good. You don't act because you're confident. You don't continue because you're motivated. You move because it's required. You act because it's necessary. You continue because that's what discipline demands. Feelings are temporary. Motivation fades. Confidence comes and goes. But discipline is permanent. Discipline is non-negotiable. Discipline is the foundation that holds everything together when your emotions try to tear you apart. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to be committed. You don't need to feel strong. You just need to take the next step. You don't need to feel certain. You just need to refuse to quit. Discipline is doing what needs to be done when every fiber of your being wants to do the opposite. It's showing up when no one's watching. It's executing when there's no applause. It's grinding when there's no guarantee. That's the difference between who you are and who you're becoming. Who you are acts on emotion. Who you're becoming acts on principle. And right now, right here, you are standing at the turning point. This is where most people stop. This is where the majority decides the cost is too high. The pain is too deep. The distance is too far. This is where average is born. But you are not most people. You are not here by accident. You didn't get this far by luck. You didn't survive this much to surrender at the threshold. This is where you separate yourself. This is where you prove that everything you said you wanted, you actually meant. This is where you become uncommon. The gap between mediocrity and greatness is not talent. It's not intelligence. It's not opportunity. It's endurance. It's the ability to keep moving when everyone else stops. To keep believing when everyone else doubts. To keep building when everyone else quits. That's the gap. And you're crossing it right now. Think about it. Think about the future version of yourself. The one you're working toward. The one you've been building in silence. In darkness. In isolation. Stronger. Calmer. Unbreakable, standing in rooms you once dreamed of entering, speaking with authority you once only imagined, living with peace you once thought impossible. That person is real. That future is real. But it only exists if you keep going. It only becomes reality if you refuse to quit when quitting feels like the only option. You think you're choosing between pain and peace? You're not. You're choosing between temporary discomfort and permanent regret. You're choosing between the person you could become and the ghost of who you'll wish you'd been. And I need you to understand something. No one is coming to save you. No miracle is arriving tomorrow. No external force is going to make this easier. This is on you. Only you. And that's not a burden. That's power. Because if it's on you, then you control the outcome. You decide if this story ends in surrender or triumph. You decide if this chapter ends in collapse or breakthrough. You hold the pen. You write the ending. Every hero's journey has this moment. The moment where retreat seems wise. Where the enemy seems too strong. Where the odds seem impossible. And the hero always has a choice. Turn back or push forward. You know what separates the hero from everyone else? The hero pushes forward. Not because they're fearless. But because they're more afraid of living with regret than dying with effort. So what's it going to be? Are you going to fold under pressure? Or are you going to become the kind of person who thrives in it? Are you going to let exhaustion dictate your decisions? Or are you going to show exhaustion that it has no authority over you? Are you going to quit because it's hard? Or are you going to continue because it matters? Stand up right now, physically or mentally. Stand up. Reset your posture. Reset your breathing. Reset your focus. You don't need confidence. You need commitment. You don't need certainty. You need consistency. You don't need permission. You need action. Take the next step. Not the 10th step. Not the 100th step. Just the next one. One step. One breath. One decision. That's all you need to focus on. That's all you can control. And when you take that step, the next one becomes possible. And then the next. And then the next. Not because it gets easier, but because you get stronger. Not because the weight gets lighter, but because you learn how to carry it. You become someone who doesn't break under pressure. You become someone who bends, adapts, evolves, but never shatters. This is your moment. This is your test. And you will not fail it, because you didn't come this far to only come this far. You didn't survive this much to surrender at the finish line. You didn't endure this pain to walk away empty-handed. You are still here. Still breathing, still capable, and that means you still have fight left. Even if it's just a spark, Even if it's barely a whisper, even if it's the smallest flame you've ever felt, it's enough, because fire doesn't need size to spread. It just needs fuel, and your fuel is purpose. Your fuel is the future you promised yourself. Your fuel is the person you refuse to betray. So don't you dare give up. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not ever. Move forward. Stay disciplined. Become unbreakable. The world needs the version of you that refuses to quit. The world needs the warrior you're becoming. Now go prove you're still standing. Comment still standing if you're not quitting today.